Hi guys, today I am doing a tutorial on this look right here. This was from a video. I want to say it was my haul video. And I just got a request to do it, so I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial. It's very quick, pretty easy. Everything's pretty simple except for the lips are pretty dramatic, but that's kind of the whole thing. They're supposed to be the focal point. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this and please keep watching. Bye! Okay, so let's get started. Automatically right away on my face I have my Murad. This is the oil control mattifier. I use this as my primer. For my foundation I have my Rimmel lasting finish in this MAC bottle, and then I have the blonde Anastasia Dipbrow. Anastsia, I'm sorry, I need to start saying Anastsia because I know that's the correct way. But I have that on in blonde, Dipbrow, and I have the Too Faced Shadow Insurance on already just because I like to give that a little bit of time to set. And we don't need to sit here and watch 5 minutes of me sitting here waiting for that to set. So the whole look here is used with the IT Cosmetics Naturally Pretty palette. So first things first, I'm going to take kind of a combination of two brushes. I have the Sigma E25 little brush, and then I also have, this is the E40 one, the tapered blending. I'm going to start with the tapered blending, and I'm going to go really lightly into the Believe color. It's that taupey beige color. This is pretty nice color. And I'm just going to take a really light dusting on the brush and lightly work that into the crease and blend it up a little bit too. This whole eyeshadow look, or this whole eye look, only takes a couple shadows. It's pretty quick, which is really nice. But I just didn't want there to be a lot going on with the eyes since the lips are pretty dramatic. I really wanted the lips to just be the focal point. However, you could probably come up with another eye look that would probably more enhance the lip color. That's kind of more what I had originally wanted to do, but I was just like, well, we're just gonna keep the eye makeup simple. So, and I'm just blending that back and forth, kind of windshield wiper motions. You can kind of go circular motions too. This brush is just really fluffy and it's really hard for me to do circular motions for some reason on this eye, so I just do a lot of back and forth and just kind of blending up and down. So I'm done with the E40. Now I'm going to take the E25 and I'm going to apply a little bit more product, but I'm still going in with that same taupey Believe color. And like I said, I'm just picking up more product, but I'm still, you know, tapping off the excess and everything. And I'm going to start right here and just apply a little bit more concentrated in the crease and the outer V, just to kind of build up the color. So next I'm going to take, this is the E-Shading E55, it's just your typical shader brush, it's nothing super special, and I'm going to take the Transforming Pearl color in here. You have a couple options with this. You can mix it with another shadow. I know the other day I wore it over the Maybelline Color Tattoo and Barely Branded. Because it's a Transforming Pearl, it's not the most pigmented shadow. Like, it's not bad, but it's just not, I mean, you can kind of see it, like it's just nothing spectacular. So you can wet your brush or whatever. I don't have anything in here right now to wet my brush with, so I'm just going to use it dry, and I'm just going to kind of build it up. And that is just going to go all over the lid. When you get out here, kind of apply a little bit lighter so that way it kind of, I don't know, that way you don't have a harsh line from where this shadow ends and that one begins. But we'll kind of blend with that a little bit more later too. Okay, and then it's pretty much really it for the eyes, but there are a couple other little steps we're just going to do because, so this is the Sigma Pencil E30 brush. It's the kind of more tapered pointed one, because I know I've talked about how I use my little Sigma travel brush set, and the pencil brush in that one is definitely softer. It's a little bit more fluffy, whereas this comes to a pretty precise point. So I'm going to go ahead and take Believe again, the taupey color, and I'm going to get that on my pencil brush. And I'm going to go back through here and just kind of you know, blend a little bit more. Just make sure it's really soft where those two kind of meet. So I'm going to take Believe and I'm just going to go along my lower lash line now with it. Okay, so the eyeshadow, like I said, is pretty much done. I think I'm just going to take the shader brush again and the Transforming Pearl and just pop that on the inner corner as my highlight. Instead of pulling out another shadow, that way we can just keep this really simple. Okay. And I'm not loving the lower lash line. I know I didn't do this in the original video, but I'm going to take the Sigma Small Angle E65 brush, just a little plain angled brush, and I'm going to take Empower, which I don't know how the camera's going to pick this up, but it almost looks like a really dark blue purple color. And I'm going to take that on the angled brush and I'm just going to really get the smallest amount. I'm just going to tap my brush in there. And I'm going to kind of press that into the lash line on the lower lash line because I just feel like you can't really see the gray. So I'm just going to push it in kind of the lash line just to add a little extra dimension, just add a little extra something. It's certainly not necessary, like you could skip this step, but I just want a little something extra. Like you can already see that made a difference. So I'm going to do that again over here. I know it probably seems like I'm going back in for product a lot, but that's because I really don't want it to get too dark under there, so I'd rather have the smallest amount of product and have to keep going back in than get too much product and just be kind of stuck with a really dark lower lash line, because it's just, I mean, it's the same way with hair. It's easier to start out light and go darker as you want, but it's a lot harder that once you're dark to go lighter. It's just really hard to do that. So I'm going to fix this eye over here just a little bit. This outer edge just bothers me. Okay, just added a little extra dimension, a little extra, just kind of darkened it up a little bit, I guess. Now, I'm trying to remember exactly what I did last time. I'm going to do my brow highlight really quick. This is the Sigma Medium Angled Shading E70 brush. It's just like a little, it's almost like a really, I don't want to say flat, but you know, it's really narrow angled little brush. And I'm going to take, again, the Naturally Pretty palette. I'm going to take the color Happy, and this is going to be my brow highlight. I really want to stick with something matte. I like matte brow highlights. They're kind of no fuss. I don't have to worry about them. Because whenever I do shimmering ones, sometimes, you know, I forget that I have it on and I itch, and then the eyeshadow gets like in my brow and I have like shimmery brows all of a sudden. And I start right here at the arch and apply the most there, and then I kind of blend out. Because I kind of always use my brow highlight a little bit as like an eraser and just kind of clean up the edges of the shadow. I've known a lot of people have talked about doing that before, but I don't see it a ton in tutorials. I just see it here and there. And again, start at the arch, kind of apply the most product right there, and then I'll kind of blend out from there. Okay. So that is done, except for being a little nitpicky. Okay. Now I'm going to take, I want to say in that video I had on like purple liner, and so we're just going to stick with that. So this is my Mally Evercolor Starlight Waterproof Liner, and this is in Plum Sapphire. It's just like a dark blue toned purple, but you could really use any purple liner you have that you like or want. You could do black if you want to. I just wanted like a little pop of color kind of. So And I'm just going to stay pretty close to the lash line with this. You could do winged liner too. I think winged liner would look really great with this, but I'm not in a winged liner mood. I just don't feel like... I'm having one of those weeks where like everything that could go wrong would go wrong, so I kind of don't want to try my luck with winged liner. So we will just stick with purple liner closest to the lash. You can do it on the lower waterline and the upper waterline if you want to, but I'm really pretty much okay with this. I've been really into setting my liners with shadow, so I'm going to take... Oh, I set it down and now I cannot find it. I'm going to take my little tiny angled liner brush again, and I'm going to take my Anastsia palette this time. And again, you could use the color in here. You could use Empower on it, which, you know what, let's do that. I was going to use the purple color out of the Anastsia Catwalk palette, but that one is kind of a warmer purple, and this is a lot cooler toned, and I'd rather kind of just stick with that, so... And I'm just going to put this right on top of the liner. Alright, so now I am going to go on and move on to concealer really quick before we do mascara. This is just the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Dark Circle Eraser. Mine's in the shade Fair, of course. And I'm just going to do a little triangle under my eye, under each eye. And then I'm going to take, this is my favorite concealer brush, it is the Sigma Soft Blend Concealer F64, and just kind of pat and blend a little, swipe a little bit at the same time, I guess. I do kind of work my concealer into the, I don't know what to call this, I guess just right around your nostril, just because that's where a lot of women get red. So I know I work mine into there. Plus, it's wintertime, it's cold and flu season, so blowing my nose, that kind of thing, like I just work it in around there and just make sure it stays pretty well concealed. Now I'm going to take my Real Techniques setting brush, and I'm going to take... It's kind of against my better judgment, but I'm going to take my NYX Radiant Finishing Powder and set that. This powder is really, really kind of ashy at times, so, I mean, I don't know. The only, I guess, kind of warmish color in here is the yellow, so maybe I'll kind of dip into that a little bit. But tap off the excess and just kind of lightly sweep that on. Sometimes I'll kind of pat it on too, because it's really not good to swipe. You're kind of removing product then, but I mean, I do it pretty lightly, or at least I try to. Again, I'll kind of work that into there. It's not super brightening, I feel like, but it's something. Now we can do mascara, because that is all set and I'm not going to have to worry about it transferring and having issues. So I'm going to take the mascara that actually came with this set. It's the IT Cosmetics Hello Lashes 5-in-1 Clinically Proven Mascara. This is just a little sample size. It's got like this little, I don't know, this makes me think of pens. Like it's a little squishy like gripper. And that's kind of what the wand looks like. A little bit scary, but this one actually works a lot better for me than the Benefit They're Real. Even though it's a plastic bristle, it just is not as pokey, and I don't know. It just seems pretty much all around better. Alright, so we got blush on. I'm going to go ahead and do highlight again from this little palette. This is just a tiny little Smashbox fan brush I got in like a little 3-piece Smashbox brush set. I'm just going to lightly pick up some of that. There is like a little bit of like, it does kick up a little bit of product, I guess, when you use this. Just kind of sweep back and forth. Kind of start here so that way most of the product is here, and then just kind of blend outward a little. But that kind of all done, I am going to take my Maybelline Fit Me powder and just kind of, I don't know, the blush is a little brighter than I want it to be, and this kind of always helps make it not so bright. So I'm just gonna kind of go over that a little bit. Now on to the fun part. We're gonna go on to the lips. You can do a lip liner if you choose to. It's certainly like you don't have to. I'm not going to. But if you wanted to do a lip liner first, I would recommend doing like a clear one, because this is Stone Fox, by the way. It's like a blue-gray color. So I would either do a clear one, or I would recommend doing something like, let me see. I think I have it in here. The Urban Decay 24 Glide On Pencil, and this is in Smoke. These are actually the same exact formulation as their lip liners, so you could use any of the eyeliners as a lip liner, or you could use vice versa, although I don't know why you'd want to use a lip liner as an eyeliner, because they're all pretty pink colors, but I mean, they're all the same formula. So that was kind of my point. You can use that as a lip liner if you want to, but like I said, I'm just gonna go without. So this is the NYX Liquid Suede and Stone Fox. I know I kind of said the color, but it's the Liquid Suede line. And I'm going to start in the center and kind of work my way out. It's just the easiest way, I think. Alright, and now that this is kind of starting to set a little bit, this is the final look. Like I said, the eyes are just super simple. Blush, I just did pink. I would probably recommend maybe even doing something a little maybe cooler tone, because this blush was a little bright. It wasn't exactly what I wanted. I know I really like the Benefit Dandelion blush. That's not exactly a cool toned pink, but it is kind of more of a baby pink. But I think like MAC Well Dressed would look really pretty with this look too. But I just tried to keep them pretty light, just because they're not really the focal point. The lips are. So one quick thing I wanted to add, I've wanted to mention this. If you feel like the eye look is a little too simple, but you want to add a little extra something without making it too dark and dramatic, you could definitely just pop on a glitter color. I just popped on Colourpop Tassel just on the inner corners. So I'll try to show you what that looks like. I don't know how well the camera is going to pick it up, but it just adds a little extra sparkle. It's kind of a white color, so it's not going to be like super glowy and warm colored. It's just a white kind of glittery color, and it just adds a little extra something. I think it looks super pretty, especially with this lip. It's beautiful. But anyways, I just wanted to quickly add that. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye.